Shalom Mitchell. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kudash. And I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and the sincere Akim and Akbar around the four corners of the earth who believe in the names of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and pushing this truth sincerely. Today I want to get into a short lesson. I don't have a title for it, but I'm just gonna get into it. Because what I've been seeing and I'm dealing with a lot of people, a lot of Christians at that, love to say that it's a lot. They love to say that you're saved by grace. People think that just because we're under grace that we can sin, willfully, and we'll be forgiven, But that's false, man. That's not biblically true, And this is Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves is the gift of Yahweh. So these two talents, grace and faith, that you have, go hand in hand, man. And understand that they're gifts, right? Because grace, these two gifts are given to, the elect, man. Certain people that the Most High chooses, man, on this earth, man. So you can be a Christian and go to church and every Sunday and listen to your pastor, and come home, not read, and think you really believe in the Most High, but really you have no knowledge of Him, man. Why? Because you fail to read the scriptures. You fail to keep the law, which you believe that is done away with because your pastor is telling you it is, and you follow a man-made doctrine, a man-made religion that tells you that the law is done away with, which is false, because the scriptures tell you it's not. In the New Testament, Matthew 5:17 will tell you it's not. And see, because of that, because of this lack of knowledge that you have, you truly have no faith. Honestly. Why? Because you really didn't choose the fear of the Lord, which is that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. If you chose the fear of the Lord, you would understand the scriptures, and you might believe these scriptures. Therefore, if you believe these scriptures, you're going to know that the commandments, the law still stands, and the commandment stands. All the commandments are to be rehearsed. And you can't just sin willfully, But see, the Christians, they push this doctrine that God hates the sin, not the sinner. No, that is false, man. You're an abomination to Him, man. Let's go to John chapter 9, verse 31. It says, now we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh and doeth His will, him ye heareth. And when he says worshiper, it does not mean with your mouth. It's not mean with your mouth. A lot of these people think they worship Him just by going to church and saying, and praising. Well, ultimately, they're not praising the true God anyway. You're praising a false idol. The true worshipers will do His will. And what is His will, man? To push His truth, man. Get out on the highways and byways once via, the Spirit. He's giving you this wisdom, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. It says, we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners. So your prayers are unheard, man. Your prayers are unheard. If you're out here willing, doing all but trying to keep the commandments, and like what is it, Jeremiah? I think it's Jeremiah. Like Jeremiah said, our people are wise to do evil. So you aren't nowhere in the congregation of the righteous, man. Which is the hopeful elect, man. He doesn't hear your prayers. Now, who does He hear? Let's go to Psalms uh, 34 and 17. It says, the righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth. You see? And who are the righteous? Like I said, the hopeful elect, man. People out here that believes in the true names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. People out here men out here that understand these scriptures, that break down these scriptures right, that know the history behind it, right? That know the truth in the Bible. Those are the righteous, and that are doing His will week in and week out on the highways and byways, risking their life. Like I said, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith in this thing, man. But see, you Christians don't have faith. Why? Because you didn't choose to fear the Lord. And without faith, it's impossible to please Him, man. So these Christians truly don't believe these scriptures. Why? Because when you show them the truth in the scriptures, when you rebuke them and show them the truth in the scriptures, they still don't believe. He said, the righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. And that's what we do on these highways and byways, man. We sigh and we cry and complain because we hate it here. We hate this kingdom. We hate this wicked kingdom, man. And he said he hears our prayers. Why? Because we're doing His will. I'm not saying we're perfect, but we're the only ones out here actually striving and trying to keep the law and trying to, rehearse, we'll put like this, rehearse the law and doing His will, man. And we believe, ultimately, we have that faith. Why? Because He gave it to us, man. It's a gift. You Christians don't have faith, man. You Christians don't have faith. And that's why y'all out here willfully sinning, man. You eat pork. Go to church, eat pork, because the pastor tell you can pray over it and you're forgiven. So, excuse me. You listen to a pastor that's telling you the Bible is done away with, when clearly if you read the scriptures for yourself, you would see it's not. So you go off. You go off in this kingdom, man. And y'all think it's because of grace. No. It's not, man. It's not. Let's go to Romans chapter 6. Because like I said, the law is not done away with, man. You have to rehearse the righteous acts, man. According to the scriptures. Romans chapter 6 from the top, man. It says, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Yahweh forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? You see, man? It says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? No, man. No, man. The Most High hates sinners, man. And when you come into this truth, it's when you come into this truth, man, and you learn this knowledge, man, and you still willfully sinning, man, you just made yourself a target, man. You just make yourself a target, man. Like, and I'm gonna I got a precept for that, because a lot of brothers fall out of truth because they fall back into the world, They fall back into the world and they just go out here sinning and doing the traditions of the world and fall into the rudiments of the world, man. And that makes you a target, man. But here's what the Most High says about that, man. For you brothers that think you can just willfully sin and fall out of truth and just willfully sin because you want to do what you want to do, you have no control over your flesh, your spirit. See, it says, I'm gonna read to 2 Peter. Start at start at 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world, and that's this world is defiled, it's wicked. You understand? But see, the elect, they escape They escape the rudiments of this world. Why? How? It says through the knowledge of the Lord Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Lord and Savior Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. He said they are again entangled therein and overcome. Their later end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. You see? So the Most High said, man, it is better than you to not have known the way of righteousness and turn your back than for you to have known it and done it, man. You know? And that goes into these Christians because they don't really know this truth, but they don't try to seek it. You understand? You know? So if it's given to you and you turn your back on it, man, you just making yourself a target, man. It's making yourself a target. But see, you want to fulfill that flesh, man. You want to go out there and live in sin. And like I said, like I read in Romans 6. Like I read in Romans 6, man. From the top. It says, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Yahweh forbid, man. Yahweh forbid. The Most High hateth sinners, man. I'm about to get that now. He hateth sinners, man. Actually, here, let's see. I think it's chapter 12. Yes. This is Sirach, chapter 12, book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. You see? And who are the ungodly, man? Those who reject the law, those who reject Yahweh Shai, those who reject this word, those that are wise to do evil, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. You see? The Most High hateth sinners. So that whole doctrine of he hates the sin, not the sinner, no, man. He doesn't hear your prayers and he hates sinners, man. That's false, man. That is false, man. That is false. This whole hate the sin and not the sinner, man. It says it right here, man. For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment, man. You understand? And what is sin? Transgression of the law, man. Like I said, it's transgression of the law. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, well, actually, that's pretty much it. But, these people don't understand it, man. The Lord hates, man. He hates. He hates, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 15, verse 13. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear God love it. See? We, the elect, man, the hopeful elect, we love everything. We love everything he loves, man, and we hate everything he hates, man. We're like him, man. So if it's contrary to him, we're against it. We're against it. But he hates all abominations, man. And you jump down to verse 20. He had commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin, man. So this whole grace saving you thing and this whole thinking you can willfully sin and be saved because of grace. No, man, that's false, man. He said it right here in his book. He has commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. So you need to evaluate what you're hearing in these churches, man. For any Christians that's watching, any church-going people that's watching, that's not receiving this truth. But ultimately, that's about it. I ain't gonna keep it long, keep it short, simple. The Most High hates sinners, man. Till next time, Shalom Israel. Call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash, the water to walk.